How would your life and business transform if you could tap into your intuition to guide every decision and awaken limitless possibilities? Welcome to the Accelerate Ascension Summit, where we elevate awareness, magnify your message, and monetize your mission. I'm Dr. Katja Rusanen, your host. Joining us today is Terry Wildemann, founder of Intuitive Leadership and Shiftology, who guides entrepreneurial leaders in merging their spiritual essence with their professional lives to achieve authentic success. With over 40 years of experience, she helps clients dissolve emotional obstacles, clarify goals, and establish sustainable habits for well-being, relationships, and financial growth. So welcome, Terry. I'm super excited that you are here with us.
Oh, I'm equally excited, Katja. This is a fantastic summit. So blessed to be here with you and all of these other wonderful presenters today.
And before we dive into your presentation, let me ask you from a question from your personal journey. So can you share one example how intuition has helped you with your business success?
Oh, wow. That's a loaded question because intuition, I work with intuition daily, as you know.
I know.
You know, I'm going to share a very powerful example of, and this happened 37 years ago. And you may have heard the story before. This was when I was, actually, it was 38 years ago, when I was just really beginning this journey and really trusting my intuition. Something happened where my intuition and listening to it saved my life and saved the life of my daughter. We were leaving an Asian restaurant. I put my daughter in the front seat. She was 10 months old. And I got in the driver's seat. And by the way, it was a little sports car. So I couldn't fit her car seat in the back. I had to put it in the front. And I didn't put my seatbelt on. And I kept hearing the words constantly, put your seatbelt on. And I ignored it. And I went into the main road and I heard it again, put your seatbelt on. And I ignored it again. And then I'm going down the road a little bit further and I heard, put your seatbelt on now. Ooh, I put my seatbelt on. Went to got to an intersection. The light turned green and I went through the intersection and I got hit by a 19-year-old truck driver.
Wow.
That's talking about listening to your intuition. And on that day and that event, my car was totaled. If I hadn't put my seatbelt on, I would have gone right through the windshield. And my daughter had contusions all up and down from the car seat. They told me she would not have survived if she had not been in that car seat. And, you know, when those messages come, when we see the images, when we hear the words, when we get these sensations, it is critical that we listen to them. Because who would have ever thought that it would have been a life or death situation for me 37 years ago?
Wow. Thank you for sharing. I just got goosebumps when you were sharing that story because it is, and we have this powerful gift, and I believe all of us have, but how are we tuning to listen? And then also, like you did, like take action accordingly.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that is so
I could have ignored it.
yeah.
And I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you because I would have gone through the windshield.
Yeah, and well, you did ignore it, but it kept persisting, and then it got so loud, luckily, that you were like, okay, let me
I got
do.
the message.
And luckily you did, so that you are here because you are doing powerful work in the world. And let's talk about your presentation today. That is Activate Your Inner CEO, Awaken the Possibilities by tapping into your intuition. So today we explore how connecting deeply with your intuition and soul's mission can drastically enhance your professional and spiritual life. So I think that story that you shared has made our audience eager to learn more from you. So the stage is yours, Terry.
Thank you so very much. I'm going to share my screen here. Activate your inner CEO. And today we're going to connect with your wise inner guidance system using my discovery process. This process is one that I use for everything, every question that I have. And oftentimes I have papers all over the walls using this specific process. It is a powerful process that works with your head brain as well as your heart brain, bringing it all together, because powerful leaders, powerful healers work well when you are integrating the practical, tactical, and logical with the emotional, the energetic, the spiritual, and the intuitive. So I invite you now to please get a piece of paper or a journal, because you're going to be actually doing some exercises with me as we go through the discovery process. So here's the introductions. You can see the beautiful professional holding her heart, but also on the outside, it's all this mind practical stuff, which sometimes we get caught into, but forget to tap into the heart energy. So I'm going to be sharing with you 7 easy steps to decision making. And the benefits are the problem solving are going to be easier as you tap into your intuition. You're going to balance this logical side of your brain with your heart-centered intuition to activate your inner CEO. And lastly, it's going to be holistic decision making, because you are working with both the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain and your heart. So when you do this exercise, when you do it away from the summit, or even right now, but these are some of the ideas in the future for you in creating your special environment to prepare for when you're going to do this. And you can do it anywhere. I've done it in restaurants with clients on the back of a napkin. I've done these exercises in a practical setting in your office or your desk, in a spiritual setting, a park bench, a beach, a garden. And lastly, make sure your accessories are there. Some folks like to have candles, have a special journal with a special pen. So anything that's going to make it special for you. Again, if you're in a restaurant, all you need is a pen and all you need is a napkin, and you can do this exercise right there by yourself or with a client. So I'm going to review steps 1 through 4. You're going to see mind map number 1, quick shift, mind map 2, and mind map 3. What is mind mapping? Mind mapping was created by Tony Buzan back in I think it was 78, he created it. It has been done for many, many, many years. It's a historical process, but he gave it substance and he named it mind mapping. So the mind mapping is known to work, again, with both sides of the brain. And I'm going to be using it to integrate the heart into this. So mind map number 1, we're going to be focusing on the head brain, which is the practical part of it. Number 2, we're going to do a quick shift. This is a beautiful exercise, of which this is the free gift. You can go to quickshiftzone.com to download it. And it is an exercise that I'm going to take you through where you're going to be connecting the brain and the head with the brain and the heart. Then we're going to do mind map 2. And this is where your intuition is going to be stepping in because of the quick shift. You're going to see things from a different perspective. And then number 3, where we're going to be merging both mind maps. Now, what is at the core of each of these mind maps? It's a question. And the questions that you can consider are things like, who is my ideal client? What kind of business do I want to create? What is the best solution to this problem? What is your purpose? What kind of car do I want? What kind of book am I to write? What is the book title? Where do I want to go to school? What is the best time to hold my event? Why am I feeling the way that I do about ... And lastly, why am I struggling in my business? Or any question that you choose. Where am I meant to live? What am I meant to do for this? What am I meant to do for that? And it's really about the who, what, when, where, why, and how. But I'm giving you this as a guide to be able to choose a question that you can write and be really clear. And again, you can do it over and over and over again with each and every question. Now, this is the first mind map. What is your question? And when you make the mind map, And if you just have a piece of paper, remember, I just asked you to do a journal or a piece of paper. In the center of your paper, write a circle that's about the size of a $50. And out of there, from there, you write spokes: noon, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Then it's 1 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and so on and so on. Okay, just write draw spokes out of the circle. Write a top of mind question that comes to you. What is it that you want to focus on? And at the end of each spoke, and I'm going to give you a few seconds, just write some of the answers that come to you based on that question. So go ahead, do your paper. You can copy some of what I have here, that image, which is the brain in the light bulb, and just write what it is that comes to you based on the question that you chose. And I'll give you just a few seconds. Don't think too much. Top of your head. Just keep going. Allow the ideas and the words to just flow. I'm going to set my timer. Excellent. Now, review your answers. What answers come to you as you review my map number 1? How do you feel about them? Are they authentic and in integrity to what you're thinking? Okay. Let's let that sit for a little bit. Now it's time to do the same thing for my map number 2, the heart emotion mind map. So again, in your journal, you can choose a fresh page if you choose, or a fresh piece of paper, and do the same thing as we did in my map number 1. $50 in the middle and spokes all on the outside. So that looks like a sunburst. Okay. Now we're going to do a quick shift. This technique is a technique that I have been using for 24 years. It is so powerful, and you will have access to this technique in my quick shift zone e-guide, where it's going to explain all the history and the biology behind it, as well as the individual steps, which I'm going to go through here. Shift your attention and focus towards your chest area, okay? And put your hand on your chest and imagine it being an air pump. So you're breathing into your heart and out of your heart. Into your heart, through your hand, and into your heart. Nice. And just imagine an eraser, a blackboard eraser, whiteboard eraser, coming by and just clearing your head, just temporarily, of any thoughts, anything that comes in, and just keep breathing gently in and out of your heart. Nice. Your hand is your guide. Your hand is your air pump. Next, focus on something that makes you feel wonderful. Focus on a gratitude, on appreciation. You can imagine a baby, your significant other, your ideal home, holding your diploma, walking the beach, jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, anything that makes you feel really, really good, and make it real. Make it as real as possible. Hear the sounds, see the images, feel the emotions surrounding your chosen scenario. And if you have a problem with visualization, what comes to mind when I say the word Christmas tree? That is how you see images. And that is what you use to help you with your visualizations. So keep thinking about your chosen scenario. Fill yourself with gratitude and appreciation. And relax. Keep breathing into your heart. Let go. And shift into calm and ease with each breath. Invite your inner CEO to present themselves and guide you. Just ask, inner CEO, please come to me. And just let go and allow. And tune into the thoughts, the images, the feelings and the words that come to you. Yes. Beautiful. Now, let's continue. Your heart emotion mind map number 2. Write the question in the middle of the mind map that you did before, that I had you do ahead of time, and write each answer that comes to you at the end of each spoke. Again, avoid thinking too much and just keep writing and writing and writing whatever pops in for you in regards to that question that you have, the answers you're looking for. Nice. Brilliant. Now, review your answers. What answers come to you as you review mind map number 2? Did you notice a difference between the practical mind map number 1 and the heart-centered mind map number 2? They tend to be different aspects of the same question. And oftentimes with mind map number 2, which is the emotional and heart-centered side of the house, the power behind it augments what is in mind map number 1. So this takes us now to mind map number 3, merging mind maps. And this is step number 4 with mind map number 3. And we're merging mind map number 1 and 2. So please create a third mind map. And again, put a question in the center and spokes outside of the circle. So that looks like a sunburst. And review mind map number 1 and put your answers around the spokes, and review mind map number 2 and merge it all together so that you have one mind map. Merge similar words and similar phrases onto one spoke. And don't be hard on yourself. Just let it flow. There is no right, there is no wrong. For those of you who are perfectionists, let it go. There's no right or no wrong. And you're going to be getting the tools at the end of this process. You go to quickshiftzone.com and you're going to get an infographic that is going to share all of the steps, all the 7 steps, and you're also going to get the quick shift zone. So everything you need to replicate this is going to be coming to you. So I'm going to give you a few more minutes, a few more seconds, I should say, to merge your mind map. Nice. And this one could take a little bit longer because you're looking at both mind maps and creating a third. So because of that, I'm going to give you a little bit extra time. Nice. Okay, just gonna give you a few more seconds. Now we're going to go to step number 5. Clarity. When you review your mind map, ask yourself the following questions. Mind map number 3, that is. What are you noticing now that you've merged your answers? What did you not think of before that may have popped up in mind map number 2? What depth have you been given in mind map number 2 to add to mind map number 1? What topics overlapped in mind map number 1 and mind map number 2? And do they have a different perspective? Where is the most clarity? Or do you need to ask more questions, open-ended questions? The who, the what, the when, the where, the how, as you review mind map number 3. So as you look at the results, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you feeling? And what are you sensing? I'll give you just a few moments for that. Nice. You're doing great. Okay. Now we're going to do an Activate Your Inner CEO session with another quick shift. You already invited your inner CEO to show up. Now we're going to do a quick shift specifically around your inner CEO. So take a deep breath into your heart. Put your hand on your chest. Your chest is an air magnet. Breathe in and breathe out. Invite your inner CEO to emerge. Take a good look at what your inner CEO looks like, feels like, sounds like. Nice. And this quick shift doesn't need to take as long as the previous one. When you keep practicing quick shift, because I'm going to invite you to do it throughout the day, at the top of the hour, every 60 seconds, you do a quick shift to reconnect with your heart. You're going to come to a point where you can quick shift just by sensing, bam, you're in your heart. Bam, you're in the heart. So with practice, practice, practice. And what is happening when you are doing this quick shift? You are reducing the cortisol levels in your body, which is the stress-inducing hormone, and elevating the DHEA in your body, which is the good hormone. Also, because you are activating, you are shifting into your heart. Did you know that the heart organ can be measured 6 to 10 feet away from the body in a 360-degree circumference? So when you're doing these exercises in the presence of other people, your beautiful, amazing energy from your heart is affecting their heart. And there are studies on top of studies on top of studies that share and validate that specific statement, that your heart energy actually affects those who are with you. So when you activate your inner CEO, you're affecting those folks who are in your world, Remember, this is coherent energy, and that you are creating coherence between the head and the heart and your inner CEO. Your beautiful intuitive heart is your guide. The next step, number 6, is to journal or take out your piece of paper and just start to write what is coming to you. Review my map, number 3. Do another quick shift if you need to. Do it consistently throughout this exercise. And with your inner CEO, in your consciousness, just write and write whatever comes and trust the answers. Some of it may seem really odd to you. Let it go. Just write it because you're tapping into a side of yourself you may have not tapped into before. Just allow it to flow and allow it to flow. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And just write and write and write. Give you a few moments. Okay. Now, after you're done, step number 6, it's all about taking action. Attraction has the word action in it. In order to attract those things that you want, it's important that you take actions. Review your journal. Set your goals regarding the specific question you've been working on and allow your inner CEO to guide you towards the actions that you're meant to take to attract the very thing that you desire. Get your quick shift guide at quickshiftzone.com if you're unclear on how to do these steps, or remember to do these steps, and everything is going to fall into place for you on that specific question if you just allow and let go. The law of attraction is like attracts like. So when you're in that meditative state, that is going to assist you in, which is what quick shift is. Quick shift is a little mini meditation. It's a little mini prayer. It's an opportunity to get quiet and allow your inner CEO, your inner guidance system, to help you every step of the way. But the importance here, and I don't like to use the word need because need equals lack, but I am going to say it. You need to allow yourself and give yourself permission to just allow the calm, ease, and flow to step in. Because we as humans and entrepreneurs tend to make things hard. We need to control everything. And, those of us who are take charge people, we go, 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 have to, need to. Those of us who are people focused, we have this need to be liked by everybody. We have those who need to take care of everybody. And we have those who have a need to be perfectionists. And when we let go of all of those needs, we can become our very core best self. So in closing, I'd like to share with you, and I love this image, the heart and the brain. Breathe, connect, and ask. Quick shift, okay? Breathe into your heart, connect, and ask. Throughout the day, ask your guides to help with anything and everything. When you find yourself overwhelmed, reset, regroup, and recharge. Shift into your heart. Connect with your inner CEO. Ask your questions and allow the answers to come. I'm Terry Wildemann, and I truly hope that this session is helping you accelerate to where you are meant to be.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much, Terry. That was a beautiful presentation. And I love because you allowed people to do take action, action with you, as that also brings the power, because sometimes we listen, but then we are not taking action. So I love that you had it ingrained in your presentation, so people had that experience, because it was powerful.
Glad I
And
hope people take this to heart.
yes.
And that is my expectation and my intention, to
Yeah.
use all of our tools, our practical tools, spiritual tools, and our emotional tools.
Yeah. And I loved another thing I really loved was the quick shift. And like, yes, in the beginning, it might take a little bit longer, but then it's going to be instant. Like you kind of learn how to do it, and it gets easier and easier
Yes.
to connect with that precious heart of ours that can support us here. So now, as we start wrapping up here today, I just want to ask, is there any final message that you would like to share about intuition, or anything else that comes forward for you to share?
I know my heart. The most important message is to trust the images that come, trust the words that come, trust the feelings that come. Because when you trust those things, you are stepping into your power. And when you step into your power, you truly become an unstoppable, intuitive leader.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful message. And thank you so much, Terry, for your time and all the wisdom and work that you do in the world.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you,
and thank
Dr.
you.
Katja.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for tuning in to this Accelerate Ascension Summit session. If you enjoyed this, please do give it a thumbs up. And now it's time to share, shine, and succeed. Until next time, bye for now.